Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm WCIA 3 meteorologist Jacob Dickey with an update for you here. It's about 8:37 right now on Saturday evening. We've got some strong to severe storms in and approaching our area. Take a quick update here to let you know of an active warning we have, and then more areas that we expect to see those storms develop here right now. Remember, the severe thunderstorm watch continues through midnight tonight for areas west of I-57. We don't think that areas along and east of I-57 are missing out on this storm. We just think the best ingredients for severe storms are more to the west here. The later we go, the further east we go, the storm chance will diminish for the night tonight. Let's first take an active look at radar here. I'm going to throw on our counties that are in that severe thunderstorm watch. You can see these pink shaded counties. That's the severe thunderstorm watch from Pontiac, Bloomington, Clinton, Monticello, Decatur, Sullivan, Shelbyville, Pana, Taylorville, Vandalia, Litchfield, Springfield, Lincoln, Petersburg, Virginia, Beardstown, Jacksonville, and Carlinville. All areas in the severe thunderstorm watch. That does not include Champaign-Urbana or Danville. Doesn't include Watseko or Mattoon-Charleston. We still think those areas have a chance for storms tonight, and a good chance, but maybe the storms won't be quite as strong as they move in our direction. Let's talk about our active warning. This now is for Morgan and Sangamon County, and this is going to go until 9:15 tonight. There's likely half-dollar size hail here in this cell. It's over Waverly in southeastern Morgan County. The warning does not include Jacksonville or Springfield, but in the general direction it's heading, the south side of Springfield may get this storm here later on in the next 30 minutes or so. We'll watch and see how it plays out. Auburn is right here, Pawnee, Divernon, Waverly. You've got Girard down here. This is north of Girard. It is a Morgan and southwestern Sangamon County problem for the areas near Verdon and Waverly and Auburn in that general direction here. Quicker zoom in. I think this will allow us to talk more about this individual cell. Again, very much near Waverly at this point, moving off to the east on 104. They've got an FS plant out here to the east of town, and then there's Auburn. There's Chatham. Springfield proper sits up there. Jacksonville sits right here. This is going to go along 104, and I think eventually cross 104 near Auburn up towards Chatham as it does so here. It doesn't look like much from this angle, but what's happened is with all of the instability that is present here, this storm has a lot of vertical motion on it. And so when I pop on the hail plotter here, the hail plotter, I think, when it loads, it'll take a second to get that data. I think we'll see some blues, and there's those blues here. So that's just showing that there's a lot of mass up above, higher to the ground. That will have to come on down, and that could be a wind threat. But also I'm interested in this cell particularly having a little bit more of a hail threat. Storm Tracker Doppler is estimating that this storm has up to half-dollar size hail, and that's what we're warning it for here for Morgan and Sangamon counties. I will say today the tornado threat, about as close to zero as you can get. There's not a lot of wind shear, there's a lot of instability, so we get these big storms that go up and then they collapse down, bring some hail and wind threat with it. And then we also have to deal with more storms later on here. You see, it's all green. I don't see anything that really concerns me from this vantage point. And I'll even throw the St. Louis one. It should turn red, and there's no green mixed in there. So it's just a single color, so there's no rotation in these storms. They're more pulsing up and then producing some of that damaging wind and hail potential before they slide on down. So that's an individual cell. I'll show you the Skycam in Springfield in a minute. We've got some other showers in the Springfield area, the west side here, the west side of Highway Illinois 4, and around the north side too towards Sherman. So that's blocking our camera view, but we know that storm's down there to the south and west on radar, and we'll look. Looks like there's more up towards Williamsville as well to the north there, but those storms are not warned. This storm up here, northwest of Peoria, we'll watch this line we see from up here towards Marshall County, and that's going to be west of Lakin here, down to the south and west here towards Macomb, and eventually towards Quincy. This is where I think most of the organized action happens tonight. In fact, they just posted that new severe thunderstorm warning here that is going to include the Peoria metro downstream. I think this follows Highway 74. It'll follow Interstate 74, moving southeast at 30 miles an hour, so it has some time. But if we draw a general track here and show you the loop, eventually this complex of storms may make a run here towards, say, Bloomington, Normal, Clinton, Monticello, Champaign-Urbana area. We'll watch. Of course, there's these other showers and storms that are popping up, but this storm, I think, is more of a wind threat than a hail threat. That's the difference with that. And again, tornado threat, pretty darn close to zero. That's nice to say here. Sometimes we do have to watch that. We'll keep an eye, but I just think it's going to be hard to come by here into the region. So that is what we've got with these warnings. I will throw on the warning text for that other one just so we can see what they're warning it for, but it should be for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. They're going less than quarter-size hail here, so there's a line of storms, more of a wind threat, less of a hail threat. But that isolated little cell down here may be dropping some quarter to $half size hail in the Waverly area. So, of course, we'll be watching that and keeping a close eye on it with what happens. Let's go ahead and throw our sky cam on real quick. And we also want to know if you had any rainfall reports. We're going to take a look here. This is looking south and west from downtown Springfield. So you head south and west. There's the big outdoor shop down there on the Highway 4 exit. The big department store down there. Looking to the southwest towards Jerome. Looking out towards New Berlin, Waverly. That lightning back there is that second storm. And it's been pretty electric, according to radar. And I'll pop it full screen so you can see it a little closer here. And you know, there's some lightning out there with this storm here. We've got some folks that are saying in the Springfield area it's storming right now. And that certainly is the case. So quite a bit of lightning in these storms. They'll be very electric as they roll on through until they're weakening. And then when that happens, I think the lightning goes away pretty quickly here. But it looks like a nice thunderstorm in the Springfield metro. We have yet to get anything in Champaign-Urbana. No warnings, no watches in Champaign-Urbana. Storms still to the west, but they'll be moving in our general direction. Let's time this out on Future Track for you here. First off, we'll see how it's initializing. Doing a pretty good job with the placement of storms along that line. I think that's the main event. Notice by 10 to 11 o'clock then, crossing I-55, 11 to midnight, there you go, seeing from Watseka into Champaign County towards Decatur. It should be clear of Springfield by then. And then into midnight 1 a.m., it's mainly along Interstate 70. And I think by midnight our severe threat will be done. We may see that carry a little bit later for a localized area, but once this line goes on past the storm chances are done here, and then you'll see by 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, it's out of here. No more severe weather, no more thunderstorms either, though there may certainly be the chance for a couple of spot showers. I've got details on that coming up tonight at 9 and 10. All right, here's that risk for severe weather today. Again, you know where that severe thunderstorm watch is? Well, look where the level 2 slight risk is here. Monticello, Bloomington, Pontiac, Decatur, Taylorville, Springfield, Jacksonville. That's the best chance for severe weather, where the most ingredients are for storms to be severe. A lot of instability, not a whole lot of wind shear, but certainly we just need instability to get those big storms go up, and then they collapse on down and put some wind out. And that's why we've got that here. The tornado risk, area-wide, sits at a 1. It's the lowest it can be. We'll never say never. 0 out of 10 is a sunny day. Whenever there's storms like this, we got a severe threat, we're always going to say at least a 1 out of 10 because we can't ever say no tornadoes. We say they're very unlikely, and that's the case today. If something were to spin up, we'll be on it and keep you updated, but I think the odds are against that here. So just a reminder, mainly we're watching through about midnight for this. The severe thunderstorm watch goes until midnight for all those counties you've seen in the pink shading there. Livingston, McLean, Piatt, DeWitt, Macon, Moultrie, Shelby, Fayette, Montgomery, Christian, Logan, Macoupin, Cass, Morgan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. That goes till midnight tonight, so certainly we'll watch and keep a close eye on it. Let's bring the radar back up here. Just a couple of programming notes for those that are still on. I'll have live updates at 9 o'clock on WCIX News. At 10 o'clock, assuming we get the race done here on time, if the race goes past 9 p.m., then however long it goes past 9 p.m., that'll be how long after 10 o'clock our newscast will be. There's an hour show that's in there. So if it stops at 9:15, we should be on by about 10:15 then. But we'll be watching these storms as they continue on through. In particular, this storm down here near Springfield is the one I think of interest with some $half size hail and some 60-mile-per-hour winds. So that's the current warning. We do think there will at least be some rain here across central Illinois for most all of us. Some spots got lucky this morning. We had a couple of half-inch to 1-inch reports in McLean County and areas north of Interstate 74. South of there, Effingham, Mattoon, Charleston, Taylorville. What rain? Certainly we'll get you some rain here later on this evening. This morning's rain, we just described it as bonus rain. We said, hey, this is extra rain, and we will take what we can get and see what we can get from it there. So we'll be excited to get a little more rain out of this system here coming on through. Doesn't look overly impressive. I think it'll be hard to get an inch based on what I'm seeing now. Some spots could get quarter to half inch, though, out of these storms, and they'll be scattered in nature. Some spots going to miss out, unfortunately. That's the way things work sometimes around here. So we're going to watch and keep an eye on these storms. for the next little bit and monitor. So that's what I have. All right, it's 8:47. We're going on at 9 on WCIX. That's our sub channel. Sometimes it's like 3.2 on your TV if your antenna. We'll have live updates then, and then we'll have live updates at 10 o'clock, assuming this race gets done in time. And so that's something that we're going to watch closely, keep our eyes on here for the next little bit. If you have any reports, let me know. I'd love to hear about them. And of course, thanks for watching. Thanks for trusting. We are going to sign off here on our digital platforms, take care of some things behind the scenes, and then we'll get ready to have those updates for you. If needed, I'll do more digital cut-ins too during the breaks, but at a minimum, we'll be on TV during the 9 and 10 o'clock hour. Thanks for watching, and we will catch y'all later. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will hopefully not have to see you on digital, but if there's more warnings, we'll jump on. Certainly, maybe we'll get some rain and some nice sleeping weather. There's some thunder and lightning and some rain here. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? All right, take care. We'll see you at 9 on WCIX, 10 o'clock on WCIA, and hope that's it. If not, we'll see you on here soon.